Dang, that music was loud. I think this is more like what it should be. And let me know if the audio balance is trash, and I will try and fix it. But, welcome, gamers. We're here with the UMass Boston Smash Virtual Esports Open. Getting started right now. The matches have been announced in the chat. Not in the chat, in the Discord server that the tournament is going to take place in. So you have been added already if you're in it. Make sure to be checking that. Go and find out where you're supposed to be. Noctowl's on the ball for sure. It's going to be Noctowl versus Lofus for our first match here. Alrighty. Those of you who have been here before might notice that we've got a super fancy new graphic here. It shows you when we're going to be streaming in the future. So here we are on Monday. I said, here we are on Monday. Tomorrow we're going to have Squid School. It's at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you guys are on Eastern, which you are, if you're in it's Boston, then that would be 5 p.m. for you guys. Gonna be VOD reviewing a couple of different players there. One on Grim Range Blaster, one on Splash-O-Matic, and then Wednesday is gonna be Warzone Wednesday. We've got Rosebud coming on. Staff has worked with us before and is now back to do some Warzone with folks, and they're going to be talking about the state of the game. Very buggy, last I checked, and also talking about the pro scene and what's going on there. So, if you like some Call of Duty, check it out. So we've got both players in the lobby here, ready to go. Honestly, cannot remember what either of them play, but I know we've seen Lofus quite a number of times. I think Noctowl's been in there a couple of times as well. Very much appreciate that Noctowl is keeping it topical. Got the owl there. Alright, just warning you, I'm going to adjust the volume of the music in the background. And the thing is, this slider sucks. There we go. Okay. You're probably gonna go all the way up to 100 or all the way down to 0 if you're adjusting it. There's really no in between until you really get your fine motor control figured out on it, so. I just gotta warn people in advance about it, you know? You feel me? Alrighty. Man, I am glad that the servers are actually functional. It has been quite the storyline to try and run this event. First time we tried to run it, we realized once we got to the night of that it was scheduled for the same exact hour as the release of Sora. And so the game just got patched like right in the middle of the event. We had run some matches already, and then the game just completely changed. A new character was added, and the servers were down for an hour. So we ended up rescheduling. And the day that we rescheduled to just so happened to be the day that the servers were down because of the Amazon Web Servers outage. So we have not been especially lucky in this regard, except in that you guys have been phenomenal at being so flexible and adaptable about it, and all y'all coming back out for it regardless to support this event. How's it going, Little Mermaid? I'm a big fan of that corgi right there. That's an awesome corgi. A very good boy. Okay. So look at that. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's happening. On screen, right in front of you. Coming to you live. Pretty even at the moment. Lofus versus Noctowl. Noctowl on the Cat and Falcon. Gets the up B through the shield. Ooh, actually had the read on the roll, but mispositioned it, so the forward smash doesn't quite connect there. And up smash off the top. Noctowl going to take it initially. Ooh, wow, I'm actually surprised. Oh, no, it did KO. It did KO. I was going to say, that was a little weaker than I remember that move being. So, 0-0. Dead even. Noctowl getting a punish, but dropping it. And Lofus able to hit right back. Got an edge guard situation here. Doing some really good edge guarding here. Got a lot of damage off of that hit 50% ago. Noctowl's really got to find a way back in. Does so with the Falcon kick. Goes for the up B, and that's going to get, oh, not whiff punished. Up B does come down through the platform, though. Noctowl not respecting it. Lofus able to cheese that stock out. Woohoo! Tries to go for the Falcon punch. Completely unnecessary, but you know what? Why not? Didn't even get punished really hard. Raptor boost misses the knee, but is able to get an up B off the side. It's going to put Lofus in an edge guard position. But the up B will stuff the edge guard. Lofus with center stage control now. Gets the forward tilt, gets the side B. This is good damage for Lofus. Even if they were to go down right now, they would still have the advantage going into that last stock. Dash attack from Noctowl puts Lofus off the stage. Lofus not biting, doesn't get the up B. Second up B will do it for Noctowl. Lofus taking center stage with their invincibility from the respawn platform. Noctowl playing it very safe, recovering low. Gets forward smash in the face on get up. Lofus is the winner of that match there. Very nice, very nice. All right. So I don't think I have updated the bracket command, so let me go and fix that really quickly. Alright, this is a test. Mission complete. Nailed it. Alright, there's the bracket for you, folks. So right now, as you can see, we're looking at this winners round 1 matchup here. Actually, winners round 2, technically. There's only one match in winners round 1, and everyone else is a bye. But winner of this will end up playing... I mean, the favorite would be Cloud Clout in round 3, but XY or XYII, I don't think those are Roman numerals, because that's a Y and not a V. So XYE, I don't know, versus Willow. Lofus totally in control for the first part here, but Noctowl getting a whole bunch of damage now, trying to get this edge guard position. Oh, and they miss with the up B. Lots of really high lag, risky punishes here from Noctowl. We're seeing multiple Falcon punches already. Seeing, you know, lots of hard commitments. Up Bs as well. And, you know, high risk, high reward play style. Sometimes you take the right risks, you get rewarded, but hasn't been getting rewarded quite often or handsomely enough to be holding the lead versus Lofus for very long so far. They've both had lead at a certain point, but Lofus has been more consistent at keeping it, taking good advantage of their advantage states. And like we see there, Lofus not taking any damage on that stock. It's still clean. Commentator's curse, of course. Once I said something, you knew something was going to happen, but Lofus is still not hurting too badly here. Gets it down tilt, pops up for a nice little bit of damage. Lofus in a little bit of a bind there. When you put the side B projectile out, you don't have access to your sword anymore. You can't do any aerials, can't really do any attacks. Almost felt like Noctowl wasn't quite aware of that, not knowing that they can press their advantage a little harder there. Very low recovery from Noctowl, playing it extremely safe. Perhaps too safe. Gives Lofus a lot of time to get ready on the edge guard. But Lofus whiffs, and Noctowl able to punish. Try to get back on stage here. Very even so far. Oh, no, gets baited. Forgets once again that the up B is going to hit that far down. Ooh. Rolling like it's Dark Souls, gets punished with the side B from Lofus. Lofus tacking on a little bit of damage here. Noctowl's swinging really hard, but just little tits and tats, little neutral air here, jab there, forward tilt there. It's adding up for Lofus because those moves are a lot easier to make contact with. Forward tilt might actually do it here. I don't think Captain Falcon can make it back. No, it can. But cannot survive the up tilt from Pyra there. Lofus takes a 2-0. Alrighty. So let's see who our TO Eyes decides to bring in for the next round. Hey, there's Devi with the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much, Devi. Much appreciate your patronage. Devi's been a fan for a good long time here. Devi sip. Wait till tomorrow, but I was like, I'll do it now. Definitely appreciate it either way, Devi. Thank you. Alrighty. Switch back here for just a second. Show off our stream schedule in particular. So as Devi was referring to, we do have a show that will be taking place tomorrow. Is the Squid School show. Ooh, hello. Okay, there we go. Took me a second to figure out the controls there. So, tomorrow we've got Squid School. That is a show where I, Gem, teach competitive Splatoon. So if you have ever played the game casually and are interested in seeing kind of how it works on a higher level, it can be a fun opportunity to come and learn some stuff. We're going to be talking about the Grim Range Blaster and the Neo Splash-O-Matic, but a lot of the concepts that we discuss are applicable to whatever you happen to play there. And funny enough, the But For Real this time, the same thing that got this VEO canceled last week actually got Squid School canceled as well. It was the Amazon Web Server outage, not shortage. we're short of internet. There's a scarcity of internets. We need more internet. So this is the same graphic that we had from last week. Hence the But For Real this time. And then again, if you got any COD fans out there, any COD fans, if you are a fan of said video game, Warzone Wednesday on Wednesday. Huh, I wonder why it's called Warzone Wednesdays. Will be a great show for you to watch. Got some veteran players going to be chatting about the game as an esport. Going to be chatting about the game as a game, as a totally functional, shipped absolutely perfectly game that was not broken on launch to any degree. So there we are. I'm going to shift over to our Bobby Beacon cam here. Some of the quality sightings of Bobby Beacon that can be found by Google image searching Bobby Beacon. Just want everyone to appreciate this specimen. This absolute Chad of a mascot right here. He is quite literally the light on the horizon guiding you home. And we must always take a moment on our UMass Boston streams to appreciate.
I'm searching for some sunshine.
Remember, mask up, everybody. Even lighthouses are at risk of catching COVID. And you wouldn't want to be the one to hurt Bobby, would you? I didn't think so. The images don't really resize well in this slideshow. It's kind of a pity. I'd have to go into doctor the images to get them to fit into something that's the right aspect ratio. I don't know. I feel like it's better this way, you know? The low quality of it just fits. I'm going to take a quick look at our bracket here. I said we're going to take a quick look at our bracket here. There it is. There it is. I'm going to zoom in the tiniest bit so that you can see a little bit better on the screen. So this is what your winner's bracket looks like. We've seen Noctowl versus Lofus just now. So Lofus has advanced to winners round 3 here. All of these matches are currently in progress. So, this match finishes, we'll get to see winner versus Cloud Clout. This match finishes, we'll get to see winner versus KG. We got some options, got some possibilities. But we need one of these matches to finish before we have another round that we can play. So, that's what winners looks like. And then, there are only so many matches that have finished, so we don't have much of a loser's bracket going yet, but that's where that will be. It is a double elimination event, so if you're unfamiliar, remember that just because you lose does not mean you are out. Gotta lose twice. So make sure that it's only once you've lost your second set that you're out of there. quick update from the Discord server here. The law is looking for Danley, it looks like, to be able to play their match. We do need to keep this event running, so Danley, if you're out there, you need to make contact with him within the next, at this point, 2 minutes. Or else you will be DQ'd. Having one of those round 1 matches get delayed early on can have a cascading effect on the rest of the event in terms of when we're able to finish. Let's make sure you're getting in there. I guess starting soon isn't exactly the right language, right? We'll go with "we'll be right back." You know? It's like starting, it's kind of already started. Another match will be starting soon. I don't know. You tell me whether you think it makes sense. Alright. Debbie has decreed that it only makes sense now. A little bit askew. Alright. There, it looked just like that from the beginning, you know? It looked just that nice. Alright. So we do have some score reports going in, and we should have a match up here pretty soon. Yeehaw LOL versus Froggy is what we're going to have. All right. I just realized I was muted. I don't know how recently that happened. My apologies. Yeehaw, Lol, and Froggy are going to be up next here. Match has been called. I believe we saw Yeehaw make quite a bit of a run in the last round. The last tournament that we ran between these guys. That Mac packs a punch, pun intended. I'm gonna go and check the past brackets really quickly and see exactly how that went last time around. It was on the 16th of November. Was that Dow? Is Lol and Dow the same person? That might be the case. I'm not sure. Because I remember, I think Dow was playing the Mac, if I remember correctly. Somebody in the chat can remind me, I'm sure. All right, here we go. Froggy playing the runaway game with this young Link here. Got multiple different projectiles, which is nice because it lets you put more than one of them in the air at a time to really cut off your opponent's options. But of course, as with most projectiles, going to be a little bit on the slow side in terms of how fast the moves will come out, which might make it a little bit punishable if Yeehaw is able to charge in, get something going. And Lil Mac has no shortage of KO options. There are many weaknesses to this character, but that is not one of them. Big uppercut there. Gonna do a bunch of damage. Oh, and the dash attack will just do it. Froggy all of a sudden finds himself down 2 stocks. I think they lost that stock cleanly. Oh, and the KO punch is out. This is so scary. Froggy needs to not be impatient. Does bait out the move, but they got the work cut out for them if they want to take this back. It's not the only KO punch they're going to have to get rid of somehow. Just jumping up into the air, letting the bombs fall. Froggy trying to play careful here, but Mac is worming into those angles that Froggy can't cover with the projectiles. Beautiful drop off of the ledge there. That was super cool. Froggy ledge hopped and then dropped the bomb right where his opponent was standing. Oh, and there's the KO punch. Lil Mac getting a little bit over eager, trying to finish the game right away, but can't get that far out there. That might do it, though. The up B does catch Froggy in the air and finish it off. Getting started for the second match here. Obviously, got to pick the stage, got to pick the character. There's a whole procedure for that in case you're not familiar with competitive Smash. So they'll be sitting here selecting, which really means that they are discussing stage picks, stage bans. May not look like a lot on screen, but they're definitely, you know, getting to the next game as quickly as they can. And we got to switch up to Minecraft Steve from Froggy. Playing as a creeper. See if he can do the creep here and sneak his way to victory. Tries farming materials for a bit too long there with Lil Mac running you down. It's not quite as safe. Gets a grab. Still does not have upgraded equipment. Well, Max just staying on him for too long here for him to really get that out there. He's getting punished really hard for trying to get it. Tries to go for the ledge setup there with the down smash to cover the option under the block. Farms a whole lot. Still has not managed to get any diamond. And Froggy is down a stock. Makes a gold sword. And still not able to actually put it to use. Finally getting something done here. But I think a little bit too much focus on getting the materials. Got to be able to survive the creepers first before you can start building a redstone computer, you know? Now, let's be real, you'd only ever do that in creative mode. I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes. Most of the time, I think. There's that diamond ore. Not really finding a way to the bench here, though. Finally does get the diamond tools. All right. Unfortunately, is also at very high percent. I believe the equipment is lost on death. Drops an anvil. Ooh. Lots of ledge pressure here, and Froggy goes down. Uses the minecart to significant effect here, but... Oh, going for that edge guard is very easy to hit on Lil Mac, relatively speaking. Takes just a little bit too long farming to be able to do anything about that, and is getting punched. All right. Got a gold tool set anyway. And the minecart goes through. Still mining, still mining, still mining. Doesn't find any diamond, and this time decides to be smart about it and run away. Ooh, and they're going to be able to get there. The block getting in Little Mac's way more than he expects. So now, is Steve able to kite around a little bit? This is the best look they've had so far, I think. They've managed to survive. They've managed to figure out a way to kite the Little Mac around and take their openings when they can get it. Ooh, big forward smash coming through. Starting to swing a little bit. Froggy actually pulls through with the Minecraft Steve. It was not looking good early on, but their positioning got cleaned up. They adapted. They saw how they were being rushed down, and they put blocks in Little Mac's way to stop it from happening. Got their tools, waited for the right moment, went in, got their hits, did what they had to do. Devi, of course, especially partial to Steve, has named her Splatoon weapon Steve, so I'm sure that she appreciates the closest to a representation of the Hero Splatling replica as you're going to get in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So that brings it to 1-1. I expect the Little Mac is going to be back. We'll see what Froggy decides to do, though, in response. Maybe the Steve is a gimmick. Maybe the Steve is something that it feels like is going to get adapted to. Hard to say. So, we'll see what we come out with here on this next screen. And it is still the Minecraft Steve. However, on the other side, I was wrong. We do, in fact, have a Captain Falcon. from Yeehaw. All right, going to Smashville. A stage which saddens me deeply in that they decided in this game that the movement of the center platform was a stage hazard. I have to say I cannot agree with that decision there. Definitely changes the stage up a lot. It's a very good stage here for a character as fast as Captain Falcon. It's a kind of FD sort of conditions where you got a lot of room to run, and if you jump, there's not that much that's going to get in your way. Ooh, goes for the minecart stop, and oh, goes a little bit too far, and the uppie is not going to bring them up over the ledge, so unfortunate for Froggy. Good patience here. Oh, that was beautiful. Goes for a second down B or down air. Doesn't find that, but it's fine. He was already dead. He was already gone. Up smash, gonna catch that from grounded. That hitbox is crazy. It's out there for so long. Does a really good amount of damage for something with as long-lasting and big a hitbox as it is. Ooh, Froggy, almost the edge guard position there. Definitely fighting from behind at the moment and has not been able to get their materials. No. Little Mac, a very fast character. Captain Falcon is as well. And just like in last game, it's really tough for Froggy to actually sit still and mine for long enough. All right. That should get them to diamond. You would think. Oh, so much redstone, but no diamonds. And the minecart is going to do it here. Do they find a diamond? They find a diamond! Can they make it in time? No, they cannot. The up smash will finish them off before they are able to enjoy the status symbol that is the diamond sword. Their pixelated trophy came at the cost of everything. An absolute pity. Yeehaw LOL taking it 2-1 over Froggy's Minecraft Steve. So let's see what we've got going on next here. We're going to have Elium versus The Law. The Law 50025. I have no idea what those numbers are. Area code, maybe? Seems too random for it not to be something like that. But this is going to be another winners round 3 match between the two of them. If I recall correctly, Elium we've seen a number of times before on the Inkling. Very fast, dynamic character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Has a fantastic foxtrot. Makes them very maneuverable. Relatively small hitbox, or hurtbox, I should say. And so that gives them the maneuverability they need to go back and recharge their ink when they need to buff their attacks back up. All right, the law has made it in here. Got a dark Link as a profile picture. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Does the law sound like a Link type? I could see it. Take another look back at the bracket. See where we're at now. So we got the law here. Still waiting for Elium. Elium, if you're out there, by all means, come on down. Pull up a chair. Play some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with us. While we wait a little bit about Bravus Esports, that is the organization bringing you this event today. We're an esports organization based out of Phoenix, Arizona. We run events for anybody who wants to get a bunch of people to play together and build a community out of it. So we work with schools, universities, parks and rec departments, businesses. Anywhere there's a big group of people that want to get together, we'll be there to help run video gaming events for them. So, no, we are not university faculty. We get that a lot, but no, that's not us. We're Bravus guys. Bravus. Smash 4 better. That is an incredibly controversial take from the E-Chief there. Or the Chief? I'm gonna go with the E-Chief, you know? E-boy, E-girl, E-Chief. Makes sense, I think. Electronic chieftain, if you will. Doing twin with Swampy, so I've been in and out, but here's some pom-poms in case I missed something. Appreciate the pom-poms as always. Alright. So, we've got the law on the young Link, but the dark young Link nevertheless. Meanwhile, Elium on a Min-Min. We did see this at the last event that they competed in, so not completely a surprise. There we go. That should sort things out there for us. So, interesting that we see them going with the Min-Min. The Min-Min was recently nerfed. In fact, since the last time that the UMass Boston Smash group had a tournament from us. So we might get some good data here on how that nerf is changing things for Min-Min. Whether it's a big enough one to bring her down to earth, as it will. Looking it up really quickly so that I don't get this wrong, exactly what has been done to Min Min. So less shield damage for each punch, so I assume that refers to a variety of different moves. Adjusted the length of some animations when knocked down on the ground to match other fighters. Okay, so I don't think that that's a huge change there necessarily. Might be a buff, actually. Increased vulnerability on the Nair and reduced the duration of the dragon's beam for the side smash. So you have to time it a little bit more carefully, but that doesn't actually seem quite as substantial. Maybe the shield pressure bit. That seems the most impactful of the bunch. Although the dragon, you know, being a shorter hitbox, I think, does definitely impact her ability to edge guard. Curious to see what the top players think of that. For Elium, clearly, it's not making a big enough difference for them to not be able to deal with the young Link here. Just jumping up there, trying to bait the Law into doing something. Do finally get what they're looking for. Oh, and the Law failing to recover there. Might have missed an input or something. And Elium, clean 3-stock. Froggy coming in and quoting Elium as having said, "I am not a camper." I trust this was said with the same intonation and inflection as one Richard Nixon on declaring himself not a crook. But we will let history be the judge of the veracity of that statement. I'm not. See those saucy footstools? Elium defending themselves in chat. Yes, nerd. That is us. Well, welcome to the nerd place. Appreciate the follow, Q card. Ooh, unfortunate recovery mistake there from the Law. Might have been trying to go for an aerial of some kind as they fell. I didn't quite see what led up to that. Law trying to get up there for some shield pressure, but Elium rolling out of it and hitting a couple of long-range punches. Young Link may have brought weapons, but Min Min is armed. Goes all the way up there, gets the Nair with the Wrecking Ball. Right now, Wrecking does describe what is happening on screen. Oh my goodness, that's so disrespectful. He's just bouncing off his head. It's like a cartoon, man. It's like Mario just boing, boing, boing on top of a Pianta in Super Mario Sunshine. Just Fire arrow charged here. Baited out. And the ledge hop punch coming out of nowhere from Elium. Stops Law in his tracks. Doing it again on Law's shield. Well, it does have some options there. For example, an up smash out of shield is a possibility there. Would definitely have caught the Min out of that. What you do is you press up on the control stick and then very quickly press the A button. And if you do it within a certain window, the game will cause you to jump, but not yet leave the ground. And in that time, while you're still in jump squat, if you input the A button, triggers a smash attack instead. So you get to cancel your shield, but not ever leave the ground and just up smash instead of jumping. So that would have been an option in there that probably would have taken a stock in a couple of those situations, but Elium getting to jump around and jumps out ahead in the winner's bracket. Will make it to winners semifinals. So we'll see what we get next. Currently, Cloud Clout versus XYIII, or XY3, I don't know, maybe Roman numerals part of the way. XY, hard to say. Winner of that match will play against Lofus in winner's quarters. I guess I could have labeled these matches winner's quarters instead of winners round 3. It's only the second round of competition for most players. Don't want to make them feel too special, you know? Then they get egos. Speaking of egos, there's nothing better to keep yours in check than to look at this magnificent specimen of a mascot right here. Bobby Beacon, give it up, everybody. Look at this fella. Chilling out here on the ice rink. And I'm spreading his considerable and impressive wingspan in front of this building that I don't recognize because I've never been to UMass Boston. Never been to Boston in general, actually. I've heard driving is an absolute nightmare, so I'm not especially inclined to try and head out there, but here they are on the running track. I can't imagine that a lighthouse moves particularly quickly. I would hope not, to be honest, because that would be kind of detrimental to its intended purpose, but who knows? This is no mere lighthouse for sure. Here they are posing with some nice looking people. You know, they just look like quality individuals, and here he is relaxing after a hard day's work with a nice hot cup of cocoa. Hope it's not getting too cold out there, folks. It's actually been relatively mild in Minnesota, which is where I'm broadcasting to you from. We're in the single digits for a while, about a week ago, but also got a blizzard a couple days back, but now it's all been melting away because the weather's been warm enough. So hope you all are keeping warm. Hope you're getting whatever amount of snow it is that you're looking for the holiday season. So let's take a look and see. We're going to have XY versus Lofus. So apparently this XY person, who I've been struggling to pronounce all night, is a heck of a contender. Looks like there was some data that we did not have going into the seeding of this event. I don't know who that is, but they're killing it right now. Cloud Clout is one of the contenders to win the tournament based on what we've seen so far. So they're taking an early trip into loser's bracket compared to what we expected. They will be playing against Knockdown in losers round 2. My understanding is that Yeehaw Lol is Dow. That was a connection that I think we didn't make. So the top side of the bracket, kind of a group of death here. might mix things up from the way that the placements usually pan out for us. That just makes it exciting, you know? Like, sometimes your rankings, you know, they've got to be just a little bit wrong. That's something that I have learned. The, you know, PGR top 100 stats kind of stuff. You always want it to be just like the tiniest bit off. You want there to be something that you might have missed a little bit. Because if all of the rankings are just correct and everyone's like, yeah, that's probably right. But if there's like one person out of place, it just catches it gets under somebody's skin, you know? And that's the sort of thing that creates some storylines. That's the way I see it. So we got some players who are playing each other maybe a little bit earlier in the bracket than they thought they should be. Got some killers dropping into losers early. It'll be a little bit of a scramble going into the later part of this bracket. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top here. Thanks for the follow, Mighty Dark Spider. So we just talking like the Miles Morales Spider-Man there, or the whole black suit? Maybe we're just talking about a big old wolf spider chilling on your wall or something. I was an English teacher at one point. I remember once finding it was a 3 or 4 inch, I think they call it a sun spider, on my desk. Totally thought it was just one of those rubber spiders that, you know, kids will use as a silly prank or something like that. But no, it was an actual spider. So I was reaching for it to take it off my desk and then it moved. So that was an adventure for sure. Alright, so they're putting their tag down as Mondo. Even though Mondo is another player elsewhere in the bracket? Or is this actually Mondo? It's a little bit confusing. Because the match that should be happening at the moment is Lofus versus XYIII. XY. I'm going to call it something different every time here. So if this is actually Mondo, please leave the arena. You're taking up a spot that is necessary for the other player to be here. We don't have room for a spectator. There's only room for 3 in here so that we reduce the latency of the match. XY the third. Let me copy and paste this into a Word document so that I can see in a serif font whether those are actually eyes. Trying to change the font here. There. Okay, they are actually eyes. XYIII is what I've got there. Okay, so I guess we're trusting that this is in fact XYIII. XY. I'm just going to refer to them by their character tag. They are Greninja now. Sorry, man. Too many syllables in your name. So Greninja Getting some good damage in early on. Taking control of center here when they can. Greninja, a relatively slippery character, has very, very fast aerial movements, particularly vertically. Get up and out of there in a hurry. But Lofus's sword also comes down in a hurry when he upbeats, and that does catch the Greninja out here. Pretty even right now between Greninja and Lofus here. Lofus definitely holding his own. Greninja, a character that is very fast and maneuverable, but still tends to struggle sometimes in the neutral game. Just doesn't have that many follow-ups. And it can be a little bit awkward to find aerials sometimes because of the delay on a couple of them. So they're very much a character that kind of threatens and pressures, but has to pick their openings very carefully and has to really lab out their punish games to get the most that they can from what little they have. Great jab reset there, and that's going to go into the down smash and finish it off for the stock. 2 stock coming out from XY. Oh, hey, look, it's Rosebud, everybody. Hi, Rosebud. So really strong showing here from the Greninja. I mean, of course, like we said, Cloud Clout, one of the higher seeds of the entire tournament here, dropping to this player early on. I don't think we've seen them before at a Bravest event. So might have been a blind spot for us in the data there. But definitely poised to make a statement at this event, possibly win the whole thing. Coming up to game 2 here, and sticking with the Greninja, it looks like. Staying with the Pyramithra, as Lofus has so far. Makes sense. Small battlefield now, so trying to maybe take away some of Greninja's potential to escape the large zone of control that Lofus's sword is going to give him. Platforms will also make it a little bit more difficult for Greninja to land, but could also, you know, double-edged sword give him the elevation that he needs to go after some follow-ups higher up in the air by landing on the platforms and using those as launch pads. Big, hefty forward smash coming up from Lofus. Not anywhere near high enough percent to KO, but good damage. And puts Greninja into this edgeguard situation that he's only just getting out of now. Great option coverage coming out from the Greninja player here. And no way that a Pyramithra recovers from that one. Able to get in with a nice little combo here. Up B going to whiff. Lofus has been using that just a little bit too much to catch Greninja off guard with it at this point. Great forward tilt from Lofus. Put the Greninja off stage, and the side B, too much of a commitment. So not able to continue the edge guard from that point. Forward smash comes through, and that's the first stock off of the Greninja. Meanwhile, Lofus sitting at 1 stock, very high percent. This is not a great position for them. Oh, do they get a... No low percentage KO there. Unfortunate. Greninja having the wherewithal to recover from that. They know too well what their character can do off the stage to be at all frightened of that position. I was just a little worried there might be a stage spike. Great grab from Lofus, gets some good damage. Ooh, and that's the double jump gone. Now the up B going to be plenty to get them back to the ledge here, and they do end up getting their feet back on the ground here. Lofus actually messing up on the way off the platform, so they're on the back foot now. Ooh, dash attack. Greninja playing it super safe. They don't really need to commit to any risks here. So get in there before the charge goes off for Lofus. There's the grab, up throw, yeets him off the top of the stage. And the Greninja player is the winner. Look at that ninja frog. It's a frog, but also a ninja. Just how neat is that, right? I wish my frog could be a ninja. I don't have a frog. But if I did, it would be really cool if my frog was a ninja. Alrighty. So there's the 2-0, and that will wrap up all of our winners quarterfinal rounds. So that sets up Xanifer, Mr. X, versus Elian. And Dow, I believe, Yeehaw LOL, versus XYIII, our Greninja that we just watched. So we'll see which of the two we're playing first here. It's going to be, okay, never mind. We're seeing, I think it's going to be XE versus Dow here on stream. The call was XE versus Lofus, which of course has just happened. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're getting the correction now. Yep, there it is. All right. This one is a pretty important one. These two players definitely both capable of winning the entire thing. Dow has wins over Cloud Clout. And XYi here does also have one over Cloud Clout. XY3? XY the third? XY to the third power? XY episode 3 Revenge of the Sith? Like, I don't know. It's a confusing combination of letters. Nobody has corrected me about this being Dow, so I'm just gonna keep calling him Dow until somebody tells me I'm big and dumb and a dummy. Still waiting on our friend XE here. Okay, yeah, I do have confirmation actually. Yeehaw LOL is Dow. Hey, XE, buddy! Friend, old pal. Come join us in this marvelous arena that you literally just left. Might have gone to the bathroom or something. Hard to say. But should be an interesting matchup here. Very fast for sure. Greninja and Captain Falcon, both very mobile characters. Allium. Oh, wait a minute. I know what he's doing. This XYIII person. Is that SAX? Is that where that comes from? Yeah, I don't know. There's some body snatching going on here, I think. I think what might be happening here is we might be getting an imposter among us who's picking different people from the community whose tokens he's seen and is mimicking them. So we were going back to the Little Mac for Dow and the Incineroar, which we haven't seen yet from our imposter friend. Oops, that's this one. Cool. So, got a couple characters who kind of belong in a boxing ring. Wrestlers versus boxers. Who wins in the MMA fight? The debate continues. Should have just learned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I think. All right. Incineroar. Clapping back. Gotta remind myself this is not Ellium. Get the tag, it's going to confuse me. Dow, really strong position here. Gets a couple of strong punches. Edge guards with the up B. Not going to KO, but is going to put him back on the ledge. There's a nice little 1-2 there. Really tough position here for the Incineroar to get out of. Finally does manage to reverse it, but goes out too far on an edge guard and ends up right back in the same position. There's the lariat off the ropes. Counters the dash attack, but does not counter the forward tilt. And now there's a KO punch. Dow just standing still, daring the Incineroar to commit to something here so that he can KO punch. Unfortunately, KO punch is lost in that exchange. Literally just turning around and double jabbing over and over again. Oh, that's a big counter. A single back throw right now is going to do massive knockback. Doesn't actually need the massive knockback if Little Mac knocks himself too far off the stage himself. So, you get a good counter into a throw And Incineroar can end your stock at 0% depending on the character. However, Little Mac not letting it happen. Dow takes game 1. This is still semifinals, so this is only best of 3. Dow with a significant advantage only has to win one of the next 2 games in order to advance. I anticipate we see a character switch here. Not sure to what, though. Looks like they might have gone Incineroar for the counter mechanic, which makes a lot of sense because Lil Mac's going to come out swinging. Problem was, they were never actually able to take advantage with a throw of any kind. Going right back to the Incineroar. All right, trying it again. Oh, wow, and we've already got, it looks like, the other side of winners semifinals reporting in. Got Mr. X, a.k.a. Xanifer. I've just commentated so many matches with them as Xanifer that, for me, it's news that they are changing to Mr. X, but I should probably just get used to it. So Mr. X taking it 2-0 over Elium. So Elium will be having to fight back from losers' quarters. Guaranteed 5th place though, not a bad place to be at all. And the KO punch will land. Great platform no-tech read there. And a great grab there from Dow also, spotting out the counter opportunity and not falling for it. Not a huge deficit yet for our Incineroar here. Is XY, is that a reference to Pokemon X and Y? Are they a Pokemon trainer? They just gonna play all the Pokemon characters? Is that how that works? Not a Greninja, now an Incineroar, right? Good up tilt to get out of that position, but gets down smash right away. Dow threatening on the edge guard here, charges an up smash, not gonna do it. Dow floating like a butterfly and gets stung by the cat. That's totally how that went. Down smash will finish it off though, so 1-1. Dow needs this to advance. XYII needs this to force another game in the set. And the KO punch comes through. Dow gonna end it right there, 2-0. All right. So that'll set up winners finals. Yeehaw, LOL, aka Dow versus Mr. X. Okay, let's see here. Mr. X already made their way in. Dow, don't know why they left in the first place, but they should be back soon. Oh, no, we don't have Mr. X anymore either. We'll get him here eventually. They cannot escape our grasp for long. Trying to remember who Mr. X plays. I want to say it was a Pyromithra. I'm gonna put that guess out there. So this time we've got Dow without Mr. X. All right, there we go. Getting right into it, it looks like it's a Lucina. A Lugrina. Interesting. Intriguing.
3, 2, 1, go!
Some of the most anime hair I've ever seen. Maybe they went swimming a little too much. They had blonde hair, but ended up going green because of it. Because of the chlorine. Chlorgreen, if you will. I'm a scientist. I know chemistrying. That's exactly how that works. So, Dow, currently down a stock. And Mr. X working to tack on a little bit more percent. Don't end up getting a ton of it yet. Just waiting for Dow to commit a little bit here. Ooh, with the 1-2 comes through. No edge guard attempt. Lucina with the counter. Able to keep himself safe through the very limited airspace that Little Mac is going to have. Mr. X goes down, but comes out swinging from the respawn platform. Makes the KO punch miss here. Gets the forward throw off the stage. Pretty good start. Oh, but charging the forward smash shouldn't have been the play. Dow gets a little antsy, runs right into it. There's a back throw off stage. This is a spooky situation for the Little Mac. And ends up not recovering well. It's a position that it's, surprisingly difficult to worm your way out of as the Little Mac, You get knocked off stage, get put in a position where you have very limited options. And sometimes you think too hard about the edge guard option, and you don't manage to actually make your best recovery. That seems like what happened to Dow there. So, Mr. X with a really good start. Yes, there is Eternity tonight, Heka. Only took us 2 tries. We might have to consult you a little bit, Heka, on the seating here, because it turns out we didn't quite get it right. We had a lot of data on a lot of people, but things have not turned out the way that we expected here. All right, so Dow switching it up to Shulk. I don't know if I've seen the Dow Shulk yet. But let's see how this goes on Final Destination. It is going to be a really strong stage for someone with a really big disjoint. Not a lot of additional movement options to get you around a very large sword. But Lucina has a sword as well and is a little bit faster on the draw with it. So we'll see if bigger, more disjointed hitbox wins out, or if faster movement speed and faster move startup time wins out. So far, Dow very much in the lead here. That forward smash probably gonna do it. Yep. No recovery there for Dow. Great forward smash. Dow misses the backslash there. I know it's called backslash because that's what Shulk says. He's an anime boy, so he says the names of his moves. Bit of an overcommitment there for Mr. X, trying to go for the sword dance. Dow able to just get behind him, charge a smash attack. GG. That puts them on last stock here. Tries to trade with the recovery there. Does not work out at all. Dow ends up perishing to it. So pretty much dead even at this point, especially after that additional chunk of damage Mr. X just did. They're trading back and forth here. Got the Buster Monado art for Dow. Not going to be able to really put it to good use. I think they might have either been under too much pressure to grab the Monado art for most of the match, or they only just remember that they've got it, but they've not been going for it an awful lot. Lucina, of course, no projectile, not going to want to create space, will want to run at you as much as possible, so might be that additional pressure that has discouraged Dow from going for it thus far. But I don't know. I think there are a couple of opportunities that he's had here where he's been able to kind of knock the Lucina away, and he's just kind of waiting for her to return. Might not be in Dow's nature to just sit back instead of running forward. This is a really risky position. Goes for the back air, and it does not move down in time. That's what I'm talking about with the startup speed, the number of startup frames on the attacks. Lucina going to hit quicker. And in that last engagement there, that made all the difference. So Mr. X up 2-0 in this winners finals set here. Yes, winners finals. It definitely didn't say winners semis up until this point. You saw nothing. So there is still one more match, potentially. Well, there is definitely still one more match, potentially 3 more matches, depending on whether Dow can get some wins here. Here we go, final destination, which could potentially be the final destination for Dow in the winner's bracket. Going right back to that stage, because don't disagree with this idea. I think that this was a pretty good look for Dow earlier. There was just a couple of wacky mistakes, I would say. The edge guard attempt on the right-hand side being one of them. At the very end, going for that back air. Mistimed it a little bit. Didn't quite manage to make it happen. Right now, though, Mr. X solidly in control here. So we'll have to see. The Smash Monado art comes out, and in response, Dow is getting edge guarded. About to run out of the Monado art as well. Struggling to figure out when to be using that here. Great cross-up forward smash once again. Has the speed Monado art now. And this is really smart for Mr. X, just sitting on the ledge. And not giving Dow the ability to run circles around him. Not giving him the ability to cross up with those nairs. Shulk may be pretty quick, but he's not unreactably quick if he's running straight at your face. Was that a taunt? That almost looked like a taunt. I don't know. Animation I didn't quite recognize. Whew. Oh no! Mr. X accidentally goes a little bit too far with a Dark Rain Escort there and actually knocks Dao off the ledge. I believe that was a taunt there. Gets beaten out of it. Dao back in a strong position now. Got Mr. X on the ledge. Tries to go for a counter on the up B. Does not find it, but still a good bit of damage from that edge guard position here. Dao just constantly moving and grooving all over the place. Mr. X playing a little bit more passive, trying to wait for Dao to run into him, but so far has not really paid off. Dao has been finding openings and been dodging around and has brought this back to pretty much dead even from being 70 or 80% behind. And that, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that aerial missed. Just goes for another one. Tries to angle the forward smash downward to maybe get the 2-frame out of it. Does not. Oh, caught up in the air. This is really good for Mr. X. Great position for them to capitalize on. They have the movement speed to just dash in and out of range. If Shulk tries to commit to an aerial, they can just get underneath him or get back out, whatever they need to do. Forward smash comes through and will take the stock down, not down by too much. But Mr. X getting control right away. It's down thrown, gets forward thrown off forward aired off the stage. Not really going to lead to a KO just yet. But if Dao can keep control, might be able to get some good damage out. Forward smash is punished by Mr. X, but Mr. X's own forward smash not far-reaching enough. Last stock, very tense situation here. Dao down by a little bit here. Mr. X trying to go for the shield break. Does get the down smash. Will survive. But great pressure at the ledge from Mr. X. Just using that quick reaction forward air to stuff whatever it is Dao is trying to do. Up smash almost takes the game there for Dao. Very tight. Mr. X just daring him to run in and make a mistake. Gets the jump Monado art, which is going to help this recovery significantly. But you got to find a way to not get hit. Whew. Going for the up B to land on the ledge, and the second time actually misses the ledge, goes out too far. So Dao lucks out of that one, gets a little bit of a freebie on that one game. Just to be fair, he ended up giving his opponent on the last game with the recovery error. Goes around, comes around, I guess. The immediate run back. Is this going right back to Final Destination? I could see it. I hope you like to be countered. Eat this Mega Smash. What even is Mega Smash? Like, that's not a thing within the mechanics of the game. That's just a word that the writers of those phrases made up. Oh my. Mr. X with the 0% KO off an edge guard. Dao with a phenomenal tech, but gets the wall jump tech that puts him too far off the stage to recover. Probably could have air dodged back to stage, but instead opts to up B and cannot make it. And again is just edge guarded. It's such a low percent. My goodness. What is happening here? Mr. X picking their openings very, very well here. Oh, Dao sees him right in front. Can't figure out what to do in time. Mr. X gonna get back. Goes out there for the edge guard and gets dunked. Holy crap. Mr. X with the down air to 3-stock Dow.
I won.
What a phenomenal defensive recovery there from Mr. X. Dow goes out there for the risky edge guard, and Mr. X knows if he's going to get back to stage, he's got to go past Mr. X. So he just puts out a hitbox, and it spikes him down into the bottom blast zone. So little damage was done in that match. It was just like 20 or 30%, and then Mr. X would just immediately find this crazy edge guard that catches Dow without any recovery resources off the stage. You'd think as a little Mac player, you know, someone who's accustomed to recovering with even less than what Shulk's got to work with, that be able to know when to go out there, but just a couple of unfortunate losses at the double jump, and that's what it takes. Mr. X sitting in Grands. Now let's see what the fight looks like to get back into Grands. I believe what's going on right now is we have both rounds of losers top 8 ongoing. No, we don't actually. We'll have Willu versus Mondo on stream here, with KG and Cloud Clout happening in parallel on the other side. So I'm not particularly familiar with either of these two players. I don't think I've seen them all. I definitely don't recognize Willu. If I've seen Mondo, I haven't watched too much of their matches on stream here, so this will be good. We'll get some new matches here. KG and Cloud Clout going to be an interesting one. Cloud Cloud's got his work cut out for him to make it up out. I believe does have wins over KG. However, the player that sent him into losers would be his next round if he were to win that. XYIII, or XY, or XY the third, or XY3. I really couldn't tell you. They are waiting in losers quarterfinals directly ahead. Meanwhile, on our side of the bracket here, Willu versus Mondo, or Wailu. Well, you'll have to correct me on that one as well if I'm incorrect there. They are playing against Elium, winner of that, or winner of those two is going to play against Elium in losers quarters. Dow will be waiting in losers finals after all of that is figured itself out. Mr. X sitting in grand finals. They're going to be waiting maybe as long as an hour before they actually have another match to play. Alright, so here is the actual Mondo, not the imposter. Perplexing. So is everyone Ray now? Is everyone just Elium? Confuzzling, to say the least. I do hope that this is actually Willu and not Elium thinking that it's time for him to play yet. We did ping the right people in the Discord server, so I have to trust. Tippity tappity. My keyboard goes clickety-clackety. Here we go. We got a K. Rool versus a Roy. Got, is that the orange K. Rool or the red K. Rool? I'm going to go with orange. And then Roy, our boy, as it were. Pretty even so far. Oh, no. Okay, okay. K. Rool has to recover and ends up bringing Roy back up with him there, but a very clever setup to be sure. Catches him with that propeller. It is a very annoying active hitbox there for K. Rool. It just stays out there. You've got to time your moves very carefully to be able to beat it. And it takes him very high as well, so he can just kind of ascend from the lowest possible angle, try and keep himself safe. Even so, Willu able to find the stock there, and now has him back in this edgeguard position. Woo-hoo, that was a lot of shield damage that just did. But Willu keeps his cool, gets the up smash out of shield, and is still on the offensive. Gets the sword dance out completely before the crown boomerangs back. I wouldn't be surprised to see a very aggressive edgeguard attempt here from Willu. Already up pretty far, doesn't even need it, just F-tilts. But something like a run-off back air under those circumstances, you know. If it goes badly, okay, great. He lost the stock at 120%. That's not the end of the world. Still got a huge lead. Mondo armoring through. Oh! Willu underestimates the size of the hitbox. It's yeeted off by the blunderbuss. Not quite going to go down yet, though. There it is. That throw will definitely do it. Mondo trying to get back into the game at this point. They're down quite a bit. But throwing Roy underneath there is still able to recover. So, good job to Willu keeping his cool and not falling for the gimmicky under the stage KO attempt. Caught with the propeller. Up smash not quite going to do it, but again, good damage. $139%. Now, K. Rool is going to live longer than most characters, but nobody in the game wants to be behind by this much. And the back air will do it for Willu. So let's think here. Roy versus King K. Rool. King K. Rool probably gonna try to go to a stage where they can survive for a pretty long time. Stage with pretty big blast zones. They've been going for a lot of low percentage KOs on a big stage. You know, getting tossed underneath the level. Still going to KO early. But they themselves will not be sent to the blast zones quite as quickly due to their weight. Instead, opting to go to small battlefields, so maybe looking for some setups through the platforms. K. Rool's up smash has great coverage if you get your opponent stuck up there. Also going to give him the ability to throw these projectiles with the coverage of the platform above them to stop an opponent from being able to just land with an aerial as easily. But finds themselves forced off stage here. Finally gets their first bit of damage. Tries to cover both options there. Probably could have just reacted and hit the Roy back based on the way that they recovered. Stuck up on that platform, and Willu able to take advantage. It's not a great position to be stuck up in the air against a character with a sword, especially. So they can hit you, and you can't hit them. Great combo off of the crown there, but the blunderbuss is out of line, and Roy able to take stock for that. Both grab in the opposite direction and miss each other. Great nair powering through K. Rool's options to get out of the corner. Blunderbuss will yeet him off the stage. And that will just do it. No recovery. And the taunt comes out, and then immediately back to work. Throwing out some good safe hitboxes here to get some damage as K. Rool attempts to make it back on stage. This is an important position for Roy to remain in control. Could very easily go back in K. Rool's favor with the high damage of his hits. And the strong recovery, the strong character weight. Mondo is able to pull it back to dead even. Up smash through the platform. Going to put K. Rool up into the air, but not going to KO yet. And that's really all that matters at this point. Throws the crown off, so that denies K. Rool the use of the side B for a short amount of time. Until the crown appears back on his head. There it is, and it's on his head now. And there's the blunderbuss. He's been going up onto that platform every time so far, and it might even be possible that Willu was just expecting him to mix it up when he didn't. Good coverage from Mondo. Anticipating that Roy is going to try and follow up on the recovery animation of the blunderbuss. Unfortunately, goes down just a little bit too low with the up B. Not going to be able to make it back. Does hit Roy and do some damage, but now they're on the same stock. Anything can happen. There's a grab from Mondo. Suplexes him a little bit. Hits him with the pile driver. Boxing glove to the face will actually do it, and Mondo, after going behind on the first stock there, suddenly figuring something out and catching a lot more hits on Willu. More like Mr. Cringe. Got him. Mr. X, I gotta say, it's like one step away from that one substitute teacher that used to go to the high school that I went to. He'd come in and he'd write up on the board, Mr. E. Wouldn't write, you know, the full name out. And so it's like, oh, okay, he's got the Mr. E thing. And then he would explain the joke. Be like, yeah, get it? Mystery. I'm a mystery. You don't know my name. He went that far. Out loud. It's like, you know, I don't feel like it's as clever anymore now that you're pointing it out. So you're a step above that, you know. The presentation is better for sure. But it's like, it's got, you know, Chemical X from Powerpuff Girls vibes, you know? Oh, it's the X Factor. I'm his twin, I see. Yeah, Jamie, I remember, like, you know, they're a substitute teacher. You're just gonna be like, yeah, whatever. Okay, they were a human being that just tried to run the classroom here. But then the cross-country coach, who was also an English teacher, started talking about this guy because he thought that the guy was crazy. And then we were like, oh, wow, okay. We're hearing about this from the teacher who has to work with him. I feel like we actually have some license to be amused at this individual. We will respect their authority, but not their decisions. That's kind of how that went. So far, Willu a little bit behind, but with Bowser, all things are possible, including getting gimped. Big forward, or dash attack, rather, I think that was, coming through. That's the forward smash, and that's the stock. Willu takes Mondo to last stock here, game 3. Winner moves on, and loser, I can't really say goes home because they're probably already home, but you know, they're like out of the Super Smash Bros. Tournament. Not quite as dramatic that way. Also, loser goes home. It's a one-day event, you know. They're gonna go home anyway. It makes more sense if it's like a traveling event. Anyway, Willu won. Bigfoot, exactly. Both big feet, two face, massive damage. Casualty numbers are in the ones. That's funny. I just saw in a general chat here, Mondo says, we are playing on stream right next to each other. There's a video of that in the Discord server here.
Or one of us is gonna have...
Yeah, their monitors are literally right next to each other. That's really funny. All right. You'll love to see it. X, Y, I, and KG are on the other side of losers here in losers quarterfinals. And their match was called about 10 minutes ago, so if we keep going down this track here, we should be able to pretty seamlessly transition into loser semis. So you have to imagine that that match on the bottom side of the bracket is going to finish sooner. That's awesome. So next up, the only match that can be played on stream at the moment would be Elium versus Willu. So I have to imagine that that's what will be called next. man. I checked my phone because I've got like, why are there like 8 different messages, 8 different notifications from DoorDash? Person got there and sent the message, and I saw like the first or second one that they sent, and just had to, you know, get my shoes on and get out there to pick the food up. By the time I got out there, they had sent like 5 or 6 messages. Like, you know, I got you. I'm keeping track. I'm hungry. I want my food. I think my instructions actually say to leave it at the front door too, so yeah, whatever. They did their job. I ate. VGHS, Video Game High School. That, what was it, Rocket Jump? The name of the group who does that? I can totally picture the face of the guy, but I cannot remember for the life of me what his name is. Freddie Wong, that's it. Ugandan Knuckles? Does he have like an African accent? I could tell that like he has some kind of accent, but he only says like one sentence in the trailer, so I wasn't able to kind of make it out. There's also a bunch of like sound effects going on in the background. I wonder if they're still making Red vs. Blue. Let's see. Yeah, they've been making them as recently as December of 2020. Wild. Animated versus animator. That I haven't seen in a very long time. Man. The original was 2007 for that one. It's been 14 years, and that same concept still going on. It's wild. Yeah, there's one from December 5th. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. I remember being so impressed by that like, those animations early on YouTube inspired me to go and learn Flash, and then I realized that it was really, really hard. It's like, we had this like, I don't know, 2-week course or something over the summer to teach you Flash and pump out an animation as quickly as possible, and it's like, for a kid, you know, 2 hours per session, your attention span is definitely waning after all of that. But then you think of the real crunch that has to go into an actual professional animation, you think like, wow, I'm an adult and I still don't have the attention span for that. Still waiting on, it looks like Elium versus Willu. Let's get going on stream. I don't know if the match has been called here. But that would be the next one that needs to happen. Prize pot 2K. Yeah, it's 2,000 free breaths of air. I actually don't know. Maybe there is a prize pot. Let me go check. Prizing. Ah, yes. Okay, we do actually have a prize pool. I was gonna say, wait. I seem to remember these guys usually do one. So, third place gonna be 50 bucks, second place gonna be 75, and first place gonna be 100. So, Mr. X sitting up here in grand finals, guaranteed at least 75. Dow sitting in losers finals, guaranteed at least 50. And then for the remaining 4 players, they're going to need to win 2 matches to be in the money here. Only one of the 4 going to be able to make it up there. Alright, there it is. Elium versus Willu. Looking for them for the stream here. Have your Twitch on dark theme or light? This Twitch account is on dark. I think my main is on light. Do with that information what you will. I do personally like light mode. I think the contrast between the background and some of the text colors that you can have is really bad on dark mode. Like, there's a particular dark blue where you just cannot read the words at all. And that just doesn't happen on light mode. Congratulations on obtaining nothing. Hope you enjoy it. Actually, looks like Elium, Willu, and XYII and KG are happening at about the same time. We were about to... Looks like we were about to DQ... I think it was KG? Or no. Yeah. KG was not responding for a bit there. But it looks like we got both of the matches ready to go here. Got some lovely lanterns hanging in the chat. I think that's what that is. You know, loaves of bread, candles. That little knight guy from Castle Crashers. Love that game. Yeah, this is confusing. Why are there so many Mondos and so many Eliums? Cut it out. Somebody has referred to XYIII as Ruby. And that is a much easier name to say, so I'm going to be sticking with that one. Devi, if you want the song, it's Follow You Rhythmics Remix. So, the remix of the original by Danica Nadeau and AU5, AU5. We get the music from Monster Cat because they're nice and don't sue you when you play music. Take it down or anything like that. Might be a little bit of confusion here with the calls that we've been making here. What we need to happen at the moment is for Elium and Willu to be on stream playing. What's being said is that Elium is waiting for the other set. I don't know why they're waiting. We definitely want that match to get played. Lost the arena. It took too long there. So we're going to have to remake here. Send you back to this screen for the time being. We're all together and there's only 2 setups. But you only need 2 setups. I'm very confused about why the matches aren't happening at the moment. Are they just watching the other set because it's close or something? Perplexing. We're getting information about why match isn't being played at the moment. Oh. That's something I wasn't aware of. Apparently, you cannot play two people on the same setup with online play. That's something I was unaware of, so. With all of the players in the same room at the moment and only two setups between them, the one match that is happening is actually bottlenecking their ability to get on stream. So, if we'd known that, it would have been good to get that on stream instead. But, as it happens, we're going to have to be waiting for that set to finish in order for us to have another match we can play. There are only two matches going on right now, so we'll just wait for a minute. Meantime, a little bit about us, because we get this question a lot. We are not associated formally with UMass Boston. We are a separate company called Bravest Esports. We work to build esports communities wherever we can find them. So schools, universities, businesses, parks and rec departments, just about any place. We'll run an event for you. We'll sell equipment. We'll consult on things like tournament organizing, how to align with the competitive communities, you know, what your rule sets should be, what equipment you need, all sorts of different logistical details. Try and get your group up and running. So we also make some content, as you've been seeing the show schedule flashing up here now and then. Tomorrow there will be Squid School. It's a Splatoon 2 show. I'm a competitive Splatoon 2 player. I host that. And we do VOD reviews for viewers. We've also got some YouTube videos, tutorials on all of that kind of stuff. Our hosts will just generally, you know, create content on what it is that they're into. So one of the other shows we've got is Warzone Wednesday. We've got a big Call of Duty fan on staff who's going to be running that, talking a bit about the esports scene for it and whatnot. So here we have Mondo. Mondo's just kind of chilling here. Test your might. Doody doo 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 doo.
3, 2, 1, go!
forward tilt out of shield there. I'll get him. Nope. That's gonna do it. See if they've got a score reported there. They do. So that match is done. We'll be ready for Eliam versus Willu next. So I'm gonna have to give Mondo the boot. Mondo, we're gonna need to let you leave here in order to bring the players in. So we'll just do it the hard way. Mondo's out, so they don't have to be back in the lobby now. Stretching my hands out a little bit. Remember to stretch, folks. Remember to, like, not let your hands just get all cramped up and everything. It's bad for them. It'll limit the amount of time that you can spend playing the video game. See, here's the thing. There have been so many players who have named themselves either Eliam or Mondo in this tournament. Like, I don't know if this is Eliam in here. This could be Willu for all I know. So I don't really know for sure who I was playing. Y'all have, Boy Who Cried Wolfed a little bit too hard on me here. See, what if Eliam is just in here lying about that, huh? What if this is Eliam, huh? What if Eliam is Mondo and Mondo is Eliam? Because I think Willu was also Mondo. Man, I don't know. I'm pretty... This is definitely Willu, because they're actually playing Roy. Whatever, man. Alright. So this is losers quarterfinals now. I think this should all be correct except for the Mondo part. Smash from Mondo. It's Elliot. Okay, now we've got it. Mondo says, can confirm they are who they say they are. Mondo says from chat while someone with the tag Mondo is playing. Devi, a Tim Horton worker confirmed. Mondo says it's their Switch. Sigh. Nice berry. Gonna get the up smash from that, but not the KO. So I guess if the two switches that they have in this location are Elium's and Mondo's, they actually have a bit of an excuse here. It's that they've just been using each other's switches and haven't been, you know, changing the gamer tags to match or anything like that. And there's the yeet off the back of the stage from Elium. Willow looking pretty good right now with a pretty significant damage advantage. Here's the berry, not going to be able to get a follow-up off it. Unfortunately, gets the full hop there. Expecting an earlier mash out, I think. Some good bombs at ledge, but Willow able to reverse. I like the back airs. Not quite able to finish it off with an up smash, but starting to go for these KO options. Might be a little bit early, especially since being at such a high percent of commitment like that is going to leave them open. Trade does go in Elium's favor, though. Gets all of their ink back. Elium trying to take advantage of these Inkling buffs. Longer range splatter shots. A couple of other things. But Willow, for the time being, staying in the lead. Some great power shielding there, just not letting Elium in until, well, he gets up smash. Elium gets him in the corner, lights him up a little bit with the splatter shot, creates some distance that way. Ooh. Willow just holding ledge here, great forward tilt. Reversal, and it's dead even, 50 to 50. Willow now with the edgeguard position. Knocks Elium off. Not gonna get the 2-frame. Just threatening with a little dash dance here and just goes straight into a forward smash that connects. Willow takes game 1. The absolute definition of sharking right there. Sitting right underneath the surface, going back and forth. You can just hear the Jaws music. And not just because I'm singing it. And Elium goes to the mid-mid. This is still only quarterfinals. Need to get all the way to finals before it's going to be best of 5. So Willu on the verge, being able to drop Eliam out of the bracket here. Only needs 1 game. Let's see what the Min can do on FD here. It's going to be tricky to keep the Roy off of her, I think. She really benefits from having space. She can take advantage of her massive range, but the Roy running at you the whole time, how long do you really have to throw punches? Great spacing so far, though, from Eliam. Gets the grab, gets him off stage. Swings a little bit too often here, and the Roy is going to catch up to that. It's an up smash. There's a nice forward air. Oh, gets hit with the up B though. Oh no, and a recovery error from Willu. So Eliam advantage here. Gonna shield that forward smash this time, but not the up smash. So dead even once again. Willu, and what? What's it? Okay. I guess they just wanted it to be on last stock faster. Willu trying to get in at that difficult angle for Min to cover. But by the time he gets there, he's usually getting kited back or something. It's been crossed up. Eliam not making it easy to approach here. Finds a forward air, gets her on the ledge. He's playing the forward air game, not getting a lot of damage off of any particular one of these. Oh, that back air is scary though. I think that does it. Didn't really need to move her too much further off stage. And for that, Willu is able to take the set, the 2-0 win in losers quarters. So it's going to be Willu versus Ruby. XYIII. XY the third, whatever we've decided that their name is supposed to read. I'm just going to say Ruby because apparently that's their name. Willu versus Ruby in losers semifinals. Loser does not make money. Winner makes money. Willu goated. I'm assuming Willu was the Roy that I was playing earlier on there. That just seems to make some sense. Okay, yeah. I hate gotcha games. Yes, sir, it do be me. Him, of course. All right, here we go. We here at Bravest, maybe not necessarily y'all out in Boston, had a little bit of a shock when Ruby here came and took out Clout, who we had assumed was one of the top seeds here. So, very curious to see how the rest of this bracket shapes up with them down here in loser semis. Ruby was put into losers by Yeehaw in a match that we watched in winners semis. Yeehaw being Dow. Right now, Ruby in pretty good position on the side here. Just keeping the edge guard going. Great bait there. Sometimes your character's charge animation on a smash attack can get someone to jump and commit to something. There are even some charge animations that make the character pull backwards. You look at someone like a Captain Falcon pulling back before they throw the back fist, I guess, or the elbow forward. Can be a useful little movement trick in some cases. Great setups here for extra damage that isn't necessarily guaranteed, but, you know, Ruby's going for all of these jab resets. Great reaction there to stall using, I believe, the counter there for Ninja, using the momentum stall. Realizing that there's going to be a hitbox above the ledge and deciding, I'm not going to go up there. Not going to put myself in the way of that. Able to dodge away from the up B and gets the up air for the stock. Willow keeping it pretty close, though. All they need is one good hit here. They don't find it there, and the Greninja is going to get in. For how much damage remains to be seen. 22, nothing too terrible. Back throw off the ledge here. Well, let's see if there's an edge guard of any kind. Not going to happen. Willow with the power position. Gives it up with the up smash, though. Up B, not going to KO yet. It is good damage, you know. Even at this phase where you're looking for the KO rather than building damage, getting a little bit extra can make it so that, you know, maybe that one aerial that normally doesn't KO is finally going to get to the point where it does. At this point, he really does need it because he is hemorrhaging damage here. 70% is not the way that you want to be starting off your last stock. Oh boy. This is such a good position for Ruby right now. Tags him. Only has so many options and a beautiful up B. Picture perfect from Greninja to force Roy just too far away from the ledge to grab it. That looked very well practiced. New GBVS patch. Game Boy Versus. Give. Yeah, that's all I got. Buying my man's Burger King if he wins, so he's going hard. There we go. Double Burger King. He's just using it for Burger King. Fake friend. The old Arizona Melee Weeklies is a team that would always enter under the tag Team Free Chipotle. Because it was always going to be like Axe and Wobbles or Axe and Taj or something like that. And then it was Ty and his buddy Cody. And nobody was going to beat either of the two of them. So Ty and Cody knew that they were going to get second place. And that was always just enough for both of them to get Chipotle off of the winnings. They had a pretty good system. They knew how to live. So we had a crazy double KO early on with Willu here throwing out the up B and bringing both of them down with it. So, right down to it. Willu in very much the same position that he was before with the Roy. Throwing out a whole bunch of hitboxes, trying to make it difficult for the Greninja to make it back, but this is a difficult situation for the Cloud to make it back. What a beautiful edge guard. Eats the limit up B just so that he can survive to keep playing. Hitting like a ninja from underneath the platforms where there's no counterplay. And again, just like the last game, Ruby extending this very narrow stock lead that they earned themselves by just not at all dying. Might be that Willu is just working too hard to try and get a KO move, not managing to find, you know, a win in neutral because they have to go for a strong hit, but whatever is happening, Ruby is capitalizing really hard. And Ruby manages to make it to third place, guaranteed. So, Willu stopped just short of the money. Dow and Ruby will be up next in Losers Finals, best of 5. As a Chipotle employee, please never get Chipotle. Why? Because then you have to work? Is that why? Just because they're increasing the price on people. All right. Losers coming up. Dow versus Ruby. XYIII. That was too many eyes. I just kind of got in a rhythm, you know. Sometimes you just gotta keep going. I have no idea who Dow's gonna play here. Traditionally, he's been ending up on the Little Mac most of the time, but we saw a lot of Shulk today. Also saw Captain Falcon when the Little Mac got beat. I hear Shulk, says Banky. Yeah, it was happening quite a bit. Came out against the, I think the Lofus Pyra. Or is it the Lucina? It was the Lucina of, whose Lucina was it? Was it Mr. X's? I think it was Mr. X's. That sounds right. Love to see the Komodo hypes. Banky's team Shulk, it would appear. I've never played a Xenoblade game. Is it worth it? Here we go. And yes, it is the Shulk that we're seeing here, coming out against the Greninja. This is, remember, a best of 5. So, do have some chances here to figure out what characters are going to be working if Dow wants to go for something else. I believe we've seen nothing but the Greninja from Ruby here. No, that's not correct. We've had an Incineroar as well. You think I have? This is Banky. All right. Looking good so far from Ruby. Dow struggling to find this stock here, and we've seen a lot of situations here where Ruby has been very good at tacking on extra damage while their opponents are struggling to get a stock against them. Get that last hit. Boom. Massive smash attack. Up 3 stocks to 0. So to 1, I should say. I was looking at the 0%. Forgive me. A little bit of a wall cling right into forward smash, so wasn't quite as sneaky as I was thinking it was at first, but still very much in the driver's seat is Ruby. Dow just way behind, and that's not quite gonna do it, but that will. One of the faster matches we've seen tonight. Under 2 minutes. Dow has played Shulk a couple of times in the tournament so far. It was part of what got him here. I think he pulled the Shulk out against Mr. X's Lucina. But we know Dow more for the Little Mac and the Captain Falcon. We'll see if one of those comes out here. I could easily see him not wanting to go that for something like the Greninja, for worry of like an up B edge guard. So maybe that's the thinking here. Seems very easy to just up B Little Mac as soon as he gets off stage and kill him at like 20. But we'll see if that's the case. Here comes the Little Mac. Little Wily's Castle. FD. Why did I say Little Wily's? It's Dr. Wily's. It's like he's got a rap name or something. God, some really cringy, like, 2011 era remix probably exists, where someone took that name and tried to make the whitest rap ever about Mega Man. Oh man, that's so brutal. Such a low percent that's gonna work at. Just clipping the recovery options. There's the 1-2. Dow's got him off stage. Oh, that actually hits across. Really weird hitbox there. Doesn't matter in this case, because there's no recovery from Ruby there. Big jab reset and a down smash there. Gotta hit your techs against this player. Now, really trying not to run into the Greninja here. We'll try and make the Greninja come to him and just react. But sometimes those reactions have not actually happened. Sometimes, you know, and it's really hard to do online. Like, there is a little bit of latency that's not apparent to the viewing audience here. Even if they are playing online from sitting right next to each other. Gets the counter off and is really close to a KO punch. So Dow definitely has a way back into this game. There's the KO punch. I'd really prefer not to have to use it to get the KO here. But does get it knocked out of them, so didn't really have a choice. I could see where they were going with the down smash, but ends up whiffing on the roll and will be able to find a down smash of their own. So 2-0. It's not over yet, but Dow gonna have to make the 3-0 comeback. And you know, that can't really be helping your confidence a lot, that the only stock you took that match was due to recovery error on your opponent's part. Feels like a lot of the time Dow is able to rely on his speed, you know, reactions, running in on someone before they're ready for it. But Ruby's kind of playing that same game here, and it seems like they're actually catching Dow out in ways that slower characters have trouble doing. Dow just setting himself up on the side here and trying to punch at the frog as it leaps at him. I feel like it's probably really hard to punch a frog that doesn't want to be punched. Mostly even so far. Slight edge, I would say, to Dow. But you've seen, you know, Little Mac spawns a death percent. Is able to run in and get a KO off the top, and it's a pretty significant lead right now. Especially with a KO punch that they're going to be able to land. 51% like that, like it was nothing. Just spot dodges 3 times in a row. The absolute madman. Dreffen would be so proud. Woo! Both of them swinging for the fences and narrowly missing. That's not going to KO yet. Good air dodge to get back to the... Oh, no. Dow was not expecting the drag down from the up air, and just... by the time he's pressing the button, it's too late. Oh, this is such a great position for Ruby. So much damage. Dow got his feet back on the ground. Trying to work his way in. Is able to get the KO here, and is only 2 ticks away from the KO punch as well. With the damage he's got. Oh, he tries to trade with it, or at least or beat it out. But it's just a little too far away. That would have been huge for Dow. Now he's got to earn it a little bit more honestly. Does have an extra stock to work with. And honestly, it's not outside the realm of possibility that the KO punch ends up coming out again on this stock before he gets KO'd. Just falls right back straight down. It's like, I didn't want to adjust my positioning at all. I'm not scared. I'm walking right up to you. Forward throw will do it, and just in time, right before the KO punch charge comes out. Dow with a big swing. 122% for Ruby. They're on the ropes here for this game. Dow getting mixed up. finally comes in swinging with the dash attack, and that'll do it. All right, let's see if any character switches come out here. Lil Mac seems to have found its rhythm a little bit here. Same characters. Dow just sitting at the ledge trying to keep him cornered, and so far it's working. Ruby manages to retake center stage. The counter from Little Mac actually really smartly used there to take center stage back, but good reaction from Ruby. KO punches available. Dow just going to kind of sit there and watch for an opening. It's interesting how passively they play. Like, what are you going to do, run at me? Seems like they're constantly daring their opponent to do something. Oh, and the KO punch is knocked out. I feel like I kind of want to see Dow swinging a little bit more with that. It does come out pretty quickly. So, probably not allowing, like, the worst punish if you go for it. And whiff. Great down smash. Catching his opponent without ledge invincibility at the ledge there. Oh, great air dodge. That was so clutch. That was the KO option that was dodged. Let's Dow get his feet back on the platform. Let's see what he can do with it. Ooh, doesn't find it. He's been so clutch on those air dodges at the ledge so far. But you can only count on yourself to clutch it out so many times before something's going to land. The counter gets punished, but not hard enough. Just goes for the KO punch. I think he was expecting Ruby to run forward a little bit more. I don't think Little Mac makes it back from this. Yep. It's dragged away by the Greninja up B. Whew. That almost did it right there at 40%. Insanely powerful move. Just powers through with the armor. Dow, all of a sudden, has got it figured out. Oh, such good timing mix-ups on shield here. That's so hard to react to, especially in online conditions. You give your opponent just long enough that they think, oh, they've stopped attacking, I can move now. Oh, he goes too far off stage. I was going to be so sad if he died to that. It's a little 1-2 out. Ruby having a lot more trouble getting in than they have previously in the set. Oh, and they just charge a smash attack, but they're too far away. Some missed opportunity there. Forward throw might do it. There's the edge guard. Yep, that'll do it. All right, last stock. Anything can happen here. If Ruby wins this, they advance to Grands. Dow wins this, we go to a game 5. Dow's not even going to the ledge here. And then they run in, but it's just as a bait. And the down smash should finish it off. It does. Dow on the verge of making the 3-0 comeback. This is my cat, everybody. He knows that it's almost time for him to be fed, and so he's making sure that I know about that. All right, last game, same characters, Pokemon Stadium. Oh, wow. Ruby going way off stage there, trying to bring Dow down with him, but didn't actually get all the way out. Oh, that's probably it. Goes for the up B edge guard, doesn't actually get it, and this is dangerous. Little Mac with the KO punch actually goes in the wrong direction. Oh, and the down smash is countered by the Greninja, sending Lil Mac off to the right. Great adaptation there. That's the first time that we've seen that. Ruby looking so strong right now with the drag down into the... Okay, good tech from Dow. Whew. Dow, again, just so quick on the reactions with the dodges in critical situations like that. They really do kind of play like a boxer. Just making the slightest possible movement that gets you out of danger. Woo! My goodness. Too close for my blood. Dow down a full stock here. Gonna have to find a stock for basically nothing at this point to make it back in. So far, just these dash attacks working out really well. Oh, so much damage that he's put out already. Oh, but the counter gonna pull him off stage, but he gets footstooled. Wow. Oh no! Dow with a missed input does not get the up B, and that's gonna do it. Super anticlimactic, unfortunately. But Ruby going to advance. Dow making it out with a solid 50 bucks. Almost making it out with more. That was a close set. So now, for the first time this tournament, we are going to be seeing Mr. X versus XY. I am going to have to ask Dow to leave here. Once, okay, yeah, good fight, nice fight, fun times, good night. Oh my goodness, this is poetry right there. They wrote a poem. It's beautiful. I'm gonna get things reset here and get Mr. X in. We'll be with you for grand finals very shortly. Here we go. Mr. X starting off with the Lucina. I hope you'd like to be countered. It's tricky. A lot of the time, you know, you play the game and you just kind of don't use the counter very much and wait for a moment where you really need to use it, where you need to pull it out, and then hope your opponent kind of forgets that it exists for a moment. But Mr. X out here with the strategy of giving away that is an intention early on. Maybe daring Ruby to think twice before throwing out an attack, perhaps. Unfortunate recovery error for Mr. X, going to set them a little bit behind early on, but not by an awful lot. If they were to land a forward smash right now, it would be basically even. Both just standing just out of shield grab range with their shields up, daring the other to make a move first. And they trade, so it clanks and nothing happens. There's a grab. Forward throw, not quite gonna KO, but coming really close. Nice patient recovery from Greninja here. Mr. X gonna take that stock. A little bit behind in terms of percent. Nothing that can't be reversed though. Great opening there from Ruby. Making good use of these dash attacks here. Interesting. They cross up Mr. X, but don't manage to actually get a hitbox out, so the situation gets reversed on them, and all of a sudden they're in an edge guard. A lot of empty hops coming out from Mr. X. Tries to go down with the down air that time, but it's a little bit too early. Gonna get punished. Oh, and the up B actually interrupting Mr. X's recovery in a big way there. It was a little bit telegraphed. You could probably take a look at the Greninja's movements off the stage and be like, oh yeah, that's probably what he's about to do. So hopefully on the next, attempt to recover, Mr. X is now looking for that. He's kind of figured out, all right, if Greninja does this, this is what I need to expect next. Because if you don't use your up B into that, I imagine that has to be helping Mr. X rather than hurting the recovery. Ruby, once again, doing a fantastic job here of just holding this stock and being very difficult to kill. As they say, defense wins championships. Great idea for the up B there for Mr. X, landing on the right platform. Nice weather we're having here, huh? I have no idea what weather y'all are having there. I'm in Minnesota right now. And to be fair, it is very nice. There it goes. A 2-stock. Could be a long set if that's the way the things are going to be going here. Thinking at least 6 games. Devi is Canadian, for the record, so whatever weather y'all are having, it's probably colder for them. Mr. X is back in, and Ruby on their way. Might be a character swap. Nope. Sticking with the Lucina. Starting off on small battlefield. Lots of up airs through the platform from the Greninja. Going to make it really difficult for Lucina to get back on the ground when she gets popped up. So that would appear to be the game plan from Ruby's perspective. However, this was a Lucina counter pick. We'll see what he can do on offense with it. Mr. X playing this edge guard situation fairly slow, trying to rack up damage from it. Ooh, Shadow Sneak snuck up on Mr. X there. Here's a good forward tilt. Trying to get down there to get an aerial, finish his stock early here. These aggressive edge guards seem to be a major part of Mr. X's game plan, but really tricky to track down this frog. Ruby just has access to some very low recoveries that are hard for Mr. X to get down there and challenge. Sword Dance not quite going to do it. 146% for the Greninja. Great power shield. Grab, gets the down throw, goes for a forward tilt, not going to find it because they have to shield a move first. There it is, finally. Mr. X playing a patient game, knowing that eventually the forward tilt is going to come. Just needs to be ready to hit it. A little bit of over-aggression there, getting punished by some dash attack. Oh my goodness, all the way across the stage. Stock just absolutely deleted. Dash attacks to drag down up airs, just comboing into each other, into down tilt, into all sorts of nasty stuff. Mr. X really trying to play the attrition game, and what blows that up more than anything is a good combo. There's a grab thrown off stage, trying to go for a really low edge guard, and Greninja just too far down there to catch. Another grab, forward throws, try to mix it up. Gets an up air through the platform, has him off on the other side of the stage. Nice little jab there. Keep Greninja from closing distance. Just keeps putting out hitboxes right where Greninja wants to go. Thing is, Mr. X does need to find this stock because the damage is starting to mount. There's only so much time that they're going to have before something connects on Greninja's part. Ooh, this is dangerous looking. Good job from Mr. X, though, waiting on the up B this time, not letting the Greninja Water Spout carry him away. Water Spout is a Kyogre move, right? That can't be what it's called. It's Aqua Jet, probably. Ooh, beautiful down air. Oh my goodness. That was so nice. All right, let's see what Mr. X can do. Big deficit. Oh, yeah, and they're not going to be able to get through it when they get hit with a down smash. We're on reset point here. I hope you like to be countered. There's that threat again. Or is it a promise? Or is it a threat? Who knows? Well, it was a promise after all. Counter saves Mr. X from an edge guard off stage here. Threatening it once more. Have to imagine that with how fast Ruby's reacting to that, they might not be able to get too much more out of the counter if they keep trying it. Going off stage, trying to get that, almost getting caught by the up B of Greninja there. So very risky. If you're gonna go off for it, you really gotta space it perfectly. Make sure 100% that you have the forward air to hit. Things could definitely get away from Mr. X very easily here. And there we go. They close the stock out. Commentator's blessing, I suppose. Ooh, but a couple of up airs. That's some gnarly damage that they just got tacked onto them. Up smash does not connect through the platform. The Nair does not connect either. Good defense so far from Mr. X. Gets in a swords dance. Not much else. Gets kicked away. Dodges the water shuriken. Woohoo! Ruby thinking that they have enough time to sneak in there, and they almost did, but Mr. X able to get the shield up just in time. Now they got him caught up in the air, doing a little bit of extra damage. Ooh, that's a nasty forward smash that almost KO'd. And the down air will! What a massive swing for Mr. X all of a sudden. And they're going in with some aggression here. They're trying to keep this momentum going. They're trying to not give Greninja a chance to get their footing back. Get 25% and then just kind of back off. Water shurikens force out some options, and the stocks are equalized. Only 25% gained for Mr. X on that. I'm sure they're happy to just have made it to last stock at the same time after how it was going up until this point. Ooh, those jabs worked around really well by Ruby. Gets the grab, up throw, no up air, but does get an up tilt. Dead even. Going out there for that edge guard. That down air has come through for Mr. X a lot, and that might be the X factor that they need, no pun intended. At least threatening it, you know, is forcing the Greninja to think twice about how they recover here. Trying to bait another option out of shield. Might have just wanted to go for the grab as soon as they landed. Ooh, the water shuriken into the dash attack, into the up air. No second up air. Mr. X gonna survive, but another dash attack. Really dangerous. Up smash comes out. We have a bracket reset, everybody. 3-0 for XY. Maybe that's what it is. Like, ay. Maybe that's what they're trying to go for. I don't know. Their tag is very confusing to me. But someone was calling them Ruby, so I've been sticking with Ruby. All right, everybody is a loser now. Here we go. Pokemon Stadium is game 1. Dash attack Sets Mr. X up for some damage. Able to break out of it with a couple of well-timed jabs.
Let's play pickleball.
The counter comes out. Massive knockback, but not going to be the KO. Mr. X makes connection with the down air on the recovery, but does not get the spike hitbox. And Mr. X now finds himself down a stock. Just spamming these dash attacks almost. He's getting so much out of them and not really getting punished for the attempts. So, Ruby doing a good job. Oh, and there it is again. Sees the charged forward smash. You really can't go for that against the character with a counter. They are just going to eat it. Mr. X just does not seem to have a read right now. There it is. Nice first hit nair into forward smash. And just take that guaranteed stock right there. Woo. Water Shuriken. Gonna put him off stage pretty hard. Survives the counter by using Ledge Invincibility. Tries to Shadow Sneak. Sword Dance comes through instead. Great dodge, though, and that is going to be free at that point. KO confirms are just a little bit easier, it seems, for the Greninja here. Mr. X is working really hard to find stocks against a character that's very slippery. Difficult to pin down unless we're talking about science class, if you know what I mean. There's the counter. Not finding it just yet. Ninja charging a smash attack and just gets it. Mr. X mistiming it. Sometimes you just jump a little bit, and that was not a good time to jump. Could have maybe done something like a ledge hop air dodge. Would have been pretty safe. Could have refreshed ledge invincibility if they trusted their spacing to it. Had a lot of options there. Didn't really have to just kind of get up into it. Sticking to his guns the whole way through, Mr. X. It's been 4 games now of Lucina, 4 games straight. All of them losses so far. Taking it to FD now. Mr. X trying to wall out on the side here. Ooh, crosses up a little bit. It's a good grab, though. So far, really good offense for Mr. X, but just not a lot of damage for the number of times that they have made Ruby miss or gotten a positional advantage. Forward tilt. Because you think of some of the combos that Ruby's strung together, like an opening or two, probably gonna get them a little bit more percentage than they've taken so far. Punish game of Lucina, very dependent on being able to maintain positional advantage consistently. Not a lot seems super guaranteed. Often having to kite back, kind of use their movement and their range to keep safe. For now, though, working out for Mr. X. Goes for an up air and does not find it. And that almost does it. That definitely does it. The water shuriken, a great addition to the edge guard. We'll be able to finish that stock off. Mr. X, good job getting their footing. We're able to assess the situation, figure out the best move for the job. Great little down tilt there. The down smash is both whiffing. There's that dash attack into drag down up air again. Doing so much work for Ruby today. Air comes through. Oh, a little bit of a mix-up there. A little bit of a mistake, I should say. And the forward smash just goes through. So good job capitalizing on that from Mr. X. Looks like we've actually run out of songs on the playlist. This tournament's stretched on for a pretty long time. Let's see what we got here. Mr. X maintaining this lead. Oh, this is a great position for them. Just opting to counter to make sure they don't get hit and potentially put a hitbox out there. Oh. Trying to worm their way in here, get a forward air or something out. Threatening the forward air here, which is causing Greninja to present the counter. Oh, this might be big damage. Oh, the double jump is down, but they get dragged down and are able to tech roll and they're back on their feet. So a little bit of percent there for the Greninja, but Mr. X still holding strong. Still got their positional advantage, still got their percentage advantage. Uh-oh. Oh, Greninja could sneak in here. Going for the Shadow Sneak. And there it is, the up B out of shield. Fire Emblem Classic. Lucina looking just like Marth. Isn't that sweet? 1-1. First game that Mr. X has taken across this set and the last. Signs of life here. Like the Final Destination pick was working out. Just got them back on the ground as fast as possible after combos. I would think that the platforms would, if anything, probably help more, just because it gives you the ability to tech roll out instead of having to just fall or maybe double jump or something to avoid more Greninja up airs, but the defense definitely stand out there from Mr. X. Let's see what Ruby counters with here. She's taking it to Town and City. Just very FD-esque. Just got a few random platforms here and there. Which, to be fair, Greninja is going to be able to take better advantage of than a Lucina with their air mobility. They're a frog, after all. You know, they didn't have hops. You'd be doing it wrong as a game designer. And the side B, we'll push him off. Mr. X putting up a wall here. The frog is too small to hold a battering ram. Great delayed forward air there for Mr. X. Seems like they've just kind of figured out what they need to respect here, and they're doing a good job of walling it out. The aggression from Greninja has gotten shut down a lot harder than it was previously. Good roll through. Oh, but no follow-up there. Forward smash will still do it. Mr. X not out of the woods yet. That's for sure. Up air drags him back down onto the platform. But the beautiful up air for Mr. X to be able to come down safely. That forward air is not safe. Gets the jabs out though. Not a hard enough punish from Greninja to do anything about it. Trying to go for the 2-frame, might as well at that point. X whiffing a little bit to punish the counter. So that's an opportunity for Ruby to make it back in. Trying to find something here. Gets a back air there. Trying to knock him down with the up B. Oh, that's a big down air there from Mr. X. Not quite going to KO, but set up a very scary edgeguard position that Ruby was thankfully able to wriggle away from. Big back air, not gonna KO yet. He's still absolutely clinging to the stock. So many hitboxes just getting thrown out there by Mr. X. The trade goes in Mr. X's favor. The KO not gonna come through for Greninja, but forward throw here. And there's a counter on the Shuriken. The Aqua Jet not gonna catch either. Great mind games there from Ruby. Dead even going into last stock, and Ruby all of a sudden has some momentum here. It's 35%. Oh, and the whiff from Mr. X on the sword dance. Oh no, and there's no way that they make it back from that. We're not expecting to be carried off. And so when the air dodge comes through, they're off stage and they just fall. Just got run over a little bit on the last stock there. Up until that point, Mr. X looking like a fortress out there. This could be it. Mr. X needs to win both of the next two. Ruby only needs one more. And that would be the tournament. Winner of this, as a reminder, gets $100, and the second place will get $75. So both of them getting paid, but an extra meal from Chipotle does go a long way at the university. Or like 5 meals from McDonald's. Probably get good 4 meals from that, I'd say, from Taco Bell, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know what fast food UMass has on campus, not gonna lie. What's the local fast food meetup out there? What do y'all go out and get when it's like 1 a.m. and everything else is closed? Is it Burger King? Oof, you guys have got it rough. At that point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna cut my losses and go to bed so I can get breakfast sooner. Three of us tops live there. Makes sense. Here we are back on FD. The Greninja takes first stock here. I'm trying to think back to how the set played out. This might be a violation of Dave's stupid rule, but you know, the match has started. They're playing it out. It's the responsibility of the other player to call that out if an illegal choice is being made. Gotta know your rule book. And who knows, maybe they both agreed. Either way, even if Ruby does lose this one, they would still end it on their own counter pick. Still dead even, neither of them really pulling ahead in any significant way after that first stock. Mr. X trying to go for those down airs, you know. Hasn't hit a lot of them, but when they have hit, they have mattered a lot. Up air off the top will do it for Ruby. Mr. X potentially on last stock of the tournament. Really trying to go for some awkward angles here for the swings. Getting punished a little bit by Ruby. Gets a grab, up throw, not going to KO at all. Up air, not going to follow up either, but the forward tilt hits, sends him off stage, and a beautiful back air to close distance really quickly and get that stock. It's a good aggression there for Mr. X to get the cleanup kill. Woo, a little bit spooky there. I didn't know where Mr. X was going to end up relative to the ledge. That could have been one of those situations where they air dodge again. Oh man, going for the sword dance and not hitting the first hit. Continue going. Oh, go for a grab. Great parry there, but don't actually follow up by getting a hit or anything. I think they rolled by mistake. And the counter comes through on the forward smash. Such a powerful move. Definitely going to be KO. Ruby is the champion of the UMass Boston Esports Open for today. So big congratulations to them. It's almost a 6-0. Coming back into Grands, and they were absolutely on fire the whole time with the water Pokemon. I don't know, figurative fire. All right, water looks like fire sometimes, right? Yeah, they did good. They did good. So that'll be the tournament. Ruby with the $100 first prize. Mr. X getting $75 for second. And let's not forget Dow in third place, making a nice 50. So, congrats to all y'all. Hope you got a good use for the cash that you made. Yeah. Greninja quite solid. Would have been nice to know who they were so that we didn't seed them. Where did we end up seeding them? Let me take a quick look here. Well, where were they at? They were 16th out of 17. was where we ended up putting them. And then we also had Willu in dead last for the seating. We just haven't seen him before. We had no data. We figured, okay, these are some people, randos or something. I don't know. They proved us wrong. Willu getting 4th place and Ruby taking the whole tournament. And appreciate all y'all coming out, Mr. X. Big shout-outs to UMass Boston. You guys always come through. And it's always at the last minute, too. We're always hearing from the school, like, oh, yeah, we let them know, like, 12 hours before the event. And then there's like 20 of y'all show up anyway. You guys are good at this. So, big shout-outs to UMass Boston. We're huge fans of y'all. Like we've said, we are, yeah, be right back. Here, one sec. There. That was not what was supposed to be put on screen, but hi, this is me. Must have hit some keyboard shortcut to switch the scenes on me. Hi, it's me. We are Bravest Esports. Like we've said, we are not officially a part of UMass Boston. We work for a whole bunch of different schools, a whole bunch of different universities, businesses, parks and rec departments, to try and build esports scenes wherever we find them. And y'all have a pretty great one going on at UMass Boston. Anywhere else that you think, you know, people could get together and play some video games and have a good time and build a community, let us know, and we'd be happy to help out with equipment, with production, running events ourselves, or, you know, giving you some training on how to do so. Whole bunch of different services for that. So hit us up, and also check out Squid School tomorrow and Warzone Wednesday on, I don't know, maybe Wednesday? Hope to see you there. Kitty says, see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.